Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's me, Irvin, with another manga volume review. This is going to be on Your Turn to Die. I actually have volume 2 and 3 also. I bought these a while back. Came out in a manga haul that I showed you guys, and I never reviewed them, so I really wanted to get to my hands on them. So I started reading it. Now, I think I mentioned it in a previous video that I was reading, on the beach and outside, everywhere I could. I was reading this summer. Now I'm finally back to work. Today's actually my first day, and I'm excited. Before I'm going to work, I'm going to be doing a review. But wanted to show you what happens when you leave your manga outside in the sun for days, which I did, in the hot Texas summer. And this is what happens. Oh, actually, it was fixing itself, but yeah, it completely came off the glue, the back, and I have to keep it intact for it to not fall apart. It also discolored the back of the manga. But anyways, guys, if you haven't done so by now, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. And yes, I'll have more reviews for you guys from my van, just because I will be working. So on my breaks or going in or out of work, I will stop somewhere and maybe do a review for you guys before I get home. So okay, Your Turn to Die. This is actually a good series. It's been a while since I actually read it. It's been a week for now, so I have been sitting on it. And essentially these two best friends or friends end up in this situation where they kind of get kidnapped, and they're in bed, in two different beds, and they have to essentially choose someone to die. They have one key. Well, they try to figure it out, and they do, is that the guy has to free himself, and then with his strength, he's able to cut the other person's ties. Now, once this happens, they are again knocked out, and they wake up in a room with a bunch of other people. Now, there's other people, there's different people. There's a girl there's her sister died. They couldn't figure out how to save both people. There is a cop, or someone who claims to be a cop. There is important people, not so important people, and they're all there. Now, keynote, it seems like they're random, but at the end of the volume, it's given to us, and a lot of these survivals are like this, is the information given to us is that somehow they're all connected. Now, we don't know how yet, but we know that they are connected. So they go through different trials, and other than the first part of them killing the person close to them, we don't see a lot of death. We see a lot of trials within the manga itself. At one point, they do Russian roulette, and they figure out how to play Russian roulette without killing someone by accident, right? We also see a little bit of the protagonist's past. She was being stalked by someone, and it seems like the stalker is actually within the people in the group. There's also other games that they have to pass, like they have to complete a whole doll, and they do. And when the doll is completed, she has come to life, and she is then, I'm trying to find the page where she comes to life. She then basically tells them that there is, here she is, my manga's falling apart. Again, don't leave your manga out in the sun, guys. Then gives them the instruction that essentially, as the game continues, they're gonna have to be voting for someone to be killed off. Now, I don't know why up to this point, and a lot of survival mangas do this, the people don't believe the girl or the leader of it. Like, they've seen people die already. They've even seen, like, at this point, they played Russian roulette, right? They saw that there was real bullets there. They saw that if they would have messed up, they would have killed someone. Like, someone would have died, or multiple people would have died, because there was multiple life rounds in the gun. So I don't understand why a lot of these characters at this point go like, it's not gonna happen, right? Well, they do vote. one is voted out, and he does end up dying. The way they kill him in this survival series is that their chokers go on, and it basically restrains their neck so much that they choke to death, bleed to death, etc. So, okay, a few things that I like about this series. One, they don't kill off characters left and right. Now, in the beginning, obviously, they did a little bit, but for the most part, they don't. A lot of survival series, they start killing characters left and right almost every chapter. It's so hard to even get close to any of the characters because as soon as you meet who they are, they're dead. And maybe in an anime series a little bit better because it's a whole episode, but in a manga it seems like it's so fast when they do that. So they're not killing people left and right, which I like that. Secondly, there is games, and it does make it seem like in these games you're able to successfully pass them without having to kill someone. It's very much like Saw, the series Saw here in the United States, where a lot of the games were beatable. Like, you were able to actually defeat the game if you did it right, except they ended up, not doing it right, dying and stuff like that. But there is ways to win the game and someone not having to die. So I like that about the series. What do I like about it? Again, there's a lot of cliche, little very typical survival characters, like, oh, people have died already, but I don't believe that they're gonna kill us all. And the whole, like, keeping secrets within, like, they're trying to figure out how they're all connected, and this girl knows that this guy's stalking her, or stalked her at least, and she's keeping that information, right? I feel like a lot of people would not do that. Well, I could be wrong. Maybe I'm the kind of person that's like, okay, let's just get it all out there in the air and see how we're connected. But she's keeping so much information, and other characters as well, from other people. You can tell people are hiding something that I feel like they could make a connection a lot faster if they would just air out secrets. But oh well. For now, it's a great series. It's one of the better ones that I've read so far when it comes to survival. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Don't think it's the best yet, but I do think it has great potential to be. So, hopefully it gets better in volume 2. I do have it. I believe I have 2 and 3, but for sure 2 I have at home. So, I'll read them, review them for you, and hopefully you guys watch those videos. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you haven't done this by now, make sure you subscribe, especially if you're up to this point. Might as well subscribe. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, and like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.